What up, Dokkanners? You know what? Let's finally get that video out of the way. Today, we are going to be going through my picks for which characters to pick up with your special stones, coins, and all that stuff during the 10-year anniversary. Now, some of you might be thinking, Toon, you are so slow, so late to the party. Why are you doing this only now? For those of you who don't know what's been going on, I have been stressing for many months now, probably almost a year and a half at this point, just in general. I tell you guys to not spend your special stones at the beginning of a celebration. I always recommend you guys wait till the end. The reason for this is very simple. Circumstances could change. You might do extra summons on a particular banner. You get a character that you want, which now lessens the need to pick up another character with your red stone or whatever. It could change your mind. A surprise super EZA or regular EZA announcement could come up during the course of the celebration, which would change your mind on which character to pick up. Or perhaps the biggest surprise ever. Oh, I don't know. The fact that they're giving us a free freaking copy of one of the 10th anniversary LRs. I'd say that that's enough of a surprise to change things. Not to mention, we are still in the 10th anniversary part EX, and we have 17 days. I'm recording this video, actually 16 days, 17 to 16. I'm recording this video on March 7th. The deadline has been extended for all of these special stones and coins until the 24th or 25th. So we've got plenty of time, and with Saiyan Day coming up, that could introduce a whole new set of variables. So if you hold out and then you see whatever surprises they have in store, it could change your perspective. That's why I always think it's a better idea. I've been seeing a lot of comments during this celebration. I can't tell you how great this feels, where I see those comments and people say, Toon, I'm glad I listened to you, or Toon, I should have listened to you. Welcome to the winning side. Let's get more people to understand the benefit of actually saving those stones until the end. So today I'm going to be giving you my picks. Now, obviously I can't account for every single person's unique situation. Like, you might have a specific situation where you've got a 69% this unit, 79% that unit. Toon, which one do I pick? I'm trying to give you a generalized list of characters in order of their value, factoring in everything, including leader skill, kit, but then also the current events that are available. Do keep in mind the 10th anniversary events are not all the events that exist out there, but they are the most challenging. And the challenge spike that has happened during this celebration is so monumental. This is how it's going to be moving forward. This is the new standard. So subsequent events that come out, they are probably going to be on par with the 10th anniversary content and not the ones prior. So while you might think, Toon, this unit is not that bad, it can do well on most events. That's true as of right now, but maybe in like half a year, most events may not even apply because there might be way more events that release that are on the post 10th anniversary side in terms of difficulty. So it really just depends on how you look at that. So I tried to be as general as I could. The more copies you already have, the less you need to buy. Should be pretty obvious. Do not chase rainbows. The instant you rainbow a character, the next time you pick up that character, it sort of invalidates the last pick because now you don't need that extra copy, right? So when you make these choices, you want to retain the most value as possible when you do that. Wait as long as possible before the end. As I just mentioned, Saiyan Day is going to be happening March 18th. The deadline for these coins and everything is March 25th, 7:59 a.m. PDT for me. You have to check your own in-game to see precisely what time. Also, there's going to be daylight savings time changing, so it's going to get a little confusing. TLDR, just don't do it at the last second. Do it like on the last couple of days, because the final barrier where a new surprise could come up would probably be the 18th. On the 18th for Saiyan Day, there could be a surprise EZA announcement or Super EZA. That's probably like the last surprise that we would need for this window. But yeah, just keep that in mind. So with that said, let me go through my picks. In fact, you know what? Let me pull up my game on this side. There we go. All right, so I've got my game choice. I'll make my choices here. I don't need to pick them, but I'll just have it here. All right, so let's start with, what are we doing first? All right, the Premium LR Stone. Now this one, I don't know if the deadline is passed to buy it. I don't know. I don't care about that. If you have this stone because you paid for it, you have until March 25th, 8 a.m. PDT. And it even says in-game right there, 17 days. So who do you pick up? This is the list. The Super Saiyan 4s, the Gods, Grade A Vegeta, top 3. Easy. They are on a whole different level because not only are they good, but they are key to getting you through the new content during the 10th anniversary. If you can't beat the 10th anniversary, it's not a crime. You can take your time with it. These pieces are what I would consider anchor pieces for that content. Insane defenders, insane stackers, insane everything to the point where they're almost even the best characters in the game. Insane defender, period, with some respectable damage, honestly. So all of these units are great for the 10th anniversary and beyond, and obviously that means before. So make sure you have these guys. These units come back a couple of times in this video, so when you are making these choices, do keep in mind you have other stones and currencies to redeem. So make sure you keep track of which character is picked up through what. You don't want to be going for 3 copies of this at the expense of maybe picking up the gods or somebody else. So just keep that in mind. Number 4, Beast Gohan. Let's respect the guy. Come on. He may not last the test of time in terms of long form content, but still short form. He is a dominant force. He is still going to be effective in the long term. You just have to use him better. And it's not a crime to give him some dodge. But anyway, he's still very good, and he deserves that respect. Number 4 for Beast Gohan, I think, is an understatement. Then we've got, at this point, I mean, it's just like other characters that are still good. The other LRs that are still contributing onto those teams. Gogeta was the best character in the game for a little while. Still fantastic, top 5. Then we've got Janemba, an amazing anchor defensively for the extreme side. For uncontrollable power, for corroded body and mind, a category that is in serious need of an upgrade. You might still be struggling on that specific mission. This unit will help you through that. I think everyone should try to get this character. And then we've got the 7th anniversary, the 7th universe, the 6th anniversary EZAs. Royal Blue Vegeta, UI Goku. You can honestly put these two like side by side. They're the same. Both have some nice guaranteed abilities. Both benefit off of a revive. Guaranteed dodge for this guy, guard and damage reduction for this guy. Both of these units are going to be great assets for you. Certain situations, sure, they can get you in trouble. Don't be a dummy and bring this guy on an event that disables dodge, unless you've got tech UI to override the dodge canceling. This guy will also be great. This guy, in my opinion, is better simply because of his revive condition. After receiving 5 hits, he is good to go no matter what the health restriction is. So he is a great insurance policy on any rotation, on any fight when you get that revive. So those are my top 8. I wanted to write out 8 here because maybe you have like 90% of the characters. So you could just like cross these off your list. Whichever ones you don't have, that would be your remaining ones. For this one, however, you only have 1 character to pick up. So hopefully this helps you make that decision. It is a paid one, so not everybody has this, but I still wanted to include this because it's all part of the special stone thing. Moving on to the paid premium TUR stone, you have 3 copies of this, so you can actually pick up more with it. In terms of the choices, not nearly as crazy as the LR one, but still some great pickups. The GT Super Saiyans, 1 or 2, I mean, interchangeable. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. But these guys are fantastic units. We've seen that. I did a showcase on them. They're necessary for the GT Heroes mission. If you are struggling on the GT Heroes mission for the, what is it, Goku story Red Zone finale, whichever one, these guys are essentially must-haves for that. Also, Kid Buu, still very good. Big bad boss unit who can dominate defensively and offensively. Super Saiyan 3 Goku has, I would say, become a beneficiary of the new long-form content. One of the issues with this guy is getting to this transformed state and then building up the passive from there. It takes time, but with these newer events, this guy has the time and the room, the breathing room to do all that. And he has actually become a very useful piece on some of the 10th anniversary content. So besides just being good, he's now even gooder thanks to that fact. These guys are all good pickups. Down here, I threw in Majin Vegeta because he is, in theory, supposed to receive an EZA in 11 days for the Saiyan Day celebration. And again, I am recording and posting this video well before my intended date. I was actually going to wait until after Saiyan Day, but due to the insane volume of requests for me to do this video, I'm doing it now. So this guy could honestly be even higher up the list once we learn his EZA. And you could say too, and I'll just pick him up with coins. That's true, but there are a lot of units that are worth picking up with coins, and you might find yourself struggling to pick up everybody. So if you can pick up this with those paid stones, might be worth doing it. So I'm throwing him here in case he is, and you know, he ends up being good. If you want to pick him up with coins on the next banner, you could do that instead, but I just want to remind people that he exists. Also, Goten Trunks, you could throw them even higher because they're a known quantity and they're very good. They're necessary for the youth mission, as well as a multitude of other applications. They're really good. This guy, yes, I know he's weird, but also he makes his presence known with just 1 copy. Being a dodge or die unit, the silver lining there is it doesn't matter if it's a single copy or 3 copies, he's still a dodge or die. So if you throw him in slot 1 on any extreme team, uncontrollable power team, or a situation where you need a slot 1 defender, he could be the one to do that for you. Yeah, he might get you killed, sure, but still he would be a serviceable asset. I think that's worth saying something. Plus, when he transforms, he does have the occasional guaranteed dodge stretch for, and then like a couple, what is it, like every other turn, if he dodges 3 attacks or something like that, he gets a guaranteed dodge for the turn. So I mean, he still has his application similar to the UI Goku. Like, put him in a position to win, don't put him in a position to lose, because then it's just like you're asking for pain. You're turning into me at that point. I'm the guy who does that. I'm the guy who puts losing characters into losing positions. That's just, don't do that. I think he's still good. Plus, extreme side, like, we need good characters, so have him there for now. Speaking of extreme side, Fat Janemba didn't receive an EZA yet, could receive one soon. Just want to remind people that when he does get his EZA, he is going to be very good. Also, Corroded Body and Mind, again, needs all the help it can get. This is more so for the investment for the Corroded Body and Mind category. So you might feel differently. You might throw somebody else in there. There's a lot of other Dokkan Festival category leads who could be getting EZA soon. Frieza, Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta. I mean, a lot of other options here. Super Vegeta could get a Super EZA. I don't know what they're going to do. So again, wait as long as you can. I'm posting this video pretty early, but if you wait for at least a week until Saiyan Day, maybe that might change things. Maybe we'll know and have a clear picture of where to spend these stones. So that is my list for the premium TUR. Moving on now, we go to the free 10th anniversary stone. I did a whole video on this, so I don't have to spend much time here. So here is a quick rundown of my top 8. Number 1, Vegito. If you have 2 Vegitos on a team, you can clear virtually every event in the game. Every long form event I feel like that's a pretty safe generalization. I could be wrong, but considering my experience in trying to run lesser teams, the strategy has always centered around assembling a squad that fits double Vegito leader skill, because then all you have to do is stall until you get the Vegito transformation, and then target focus effect, counter into oblivion. That's all she wrote. Plus double healing, double scouting. It's basically just stalling until the win button. So having Vegito is essentially a given. Every player should have 1 copy of Vegito. This is your one and only chance to do it. You have until March 25th. So do it. Get the Vegito. After that, it's up to you. Now, the 7th anniversary LRs are must-haves. We know this. I don't think they're worth spending the special stone for, because you can buy them with coins. You might already have picked them up through your summons, or you could use them with, or you could buy one of them with the premium LR stone if you paid for it. But these characters can be accessed in other ways. So after this guy, it's either Gogeta or the Super Saiyan 3. I say the Super Saiyan 3 in the same sentence as the Gogeta because of how important he is to his category. Giant Ape power is entirely hinged on this character's presence. If you have more AGL Super Saiyan 3s, you have more success with the category. The category is still on the rise. There will be a seismic shift in favor of Giant Ape power when more Daima characters come out, which could very well be during Saiyan Day. As of me recording this, I don't know. But this character, even if he doesn't end up being the future lead of the category, his overall abilities are so fundamental to the category, you just need it. And now there's like growing concern that some of his support abilities might be so good that other characters might be designed with the assumption that you run this guy with it. So in order to remove that risk for you personally, picking up this AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku would be a good idea. So if you don't have the Gogeta, I'd say go for him, but then this would be the next up. And of course, you've got Pity. I hope I did a Pity. I think I did. There's also the Pity coin. We have that in the list. So if you don't pick up one of them, just pick them up with Pity. Gotenks is here. Gotenks was, in my opinion, the number one choice outside of like the main guys and these. But after this and how difficult like Giant Ape powered GT Heroes has been with the new event, I'd say that Gotenks, you can live without him. It's more important to pick this guy up. He'll probably be back sometime in the summer, but he's still very good. You can't go wrong with that. This guy works very well with the Vegito leader skill. Broly, still fantastic tank. Great offensive output for the extreme side. Still one of the best defenders turn 1, so that's got to account for something. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan also makes the cut because his damage is just through the roof. When you get to turn 5, I mean, he just turns into an extinction level event. He's so strong. Granted, 10th anniversary events can still handle it, but you get what I mean. So there's my top 8 choices for the 10th anniversary stone. Moving on to the free stone, the red stone. This is probably the biggest question of all. Most people have been asking me, Toon, who the heck do I pick with this? The answer is Buhan. Buhan, I think, is still the number one choice at the end of the day because of everything that he can do for you, because of his leader skill or the categories that he fits on. Some of the categories that he fits on works well with like Broly. He is a great combo rotation with Janemba. I think that this guy overall is a better fit for extreme teams than the Cell. You could honestly put Cell up here. Oops. You could honestly throw Cell up there. This is just my list. So I think Buhan is the best. Buhan is still so good and so transcendent. You could even pick up a second copy. You do have 3 stones, but keep in mind, the red stone has now become your artifact collector. You are picking up artifacts, ancient Dokkan units from the beginning of time. That is the primary function for these stones, because from these stones, these ancient artifact units eventually get easy or super easy A's. And you want to make sure you have these characters. Now, they don't have every single, actually, do they? I think they do. They have all of, yeah, they got all the old school characters here, like the Vegito, they got the Perfect Cell, all these guys. They will be eventually receiving super easies, including the second anniversary TURs. So while you've got all these like fancy, you know, 5-year anniversary LRs, Golden Week double TURs, cooler, all these Dokkan festivals that are a little bit more modern, I still think it's better to collect the older characters, because Dokkan has shown that they will occasionally remove them from the list before they get their super easy A. Sometimes, yeah, when they get their super easy A's, they are featured on a banner, so it is possible to pick them up. But do you want to take that chance? With how crazy and unpredictable these guys are, I don't think it's worth chancing it. I think it's better to prioritize picking up every single old school character at least once, so that you can have them, and then down the road with these stones you can go back and get more copies. So while getting multiple copies of Buhan may be nice, maybe you want to get a blue Vegito before this goes away. Maybe you want to pick up a Rose. Maybe with Saiyan Day coming up in 10 days, they tell us what the next super easy is going to be. We have equips currently in the Baba shop available for the Int Super Gogeta. Or maybe if Saiyan Day is something Super Saiyan 4 related, maybe the upcoming EZA could, oh wait, that's the wrong, I'm thinking of the wrong one. I was thinking of the Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but maybe during Saiyan Day, if Super Saiyan 4 Goku is going to be Saiyan Day's Dokkan Festival, what if they do a super easy for these two guys? Instead of having to pick them up with coins, if they're maybe available on the Saiyan Day banner or whatever else, you would already have them and you could use those remaining resources for other pickups. A lot of people have had their minds set on picking up Tech UI during Saiyan Day. I'm sure some of the discourse has changed recently due to Tech UI's defensive issues, but still, he has one of the most unique abilities in the entire game that has still yet to be duplicated. Dodge, canceling, right? So with that in mind, if you're going to be picking up Tech UI Goku, maybe you don't have enough coins to pick up somebody else. So picking up one of these would be a good idea. So this is my list. Buhan, go first. Janemba, number 2. Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta. I know, he's got some issues, but he's still a tank. He is still a sponge. He still tanks damage fairly well. And I think in general, that is going to be a universal truth that people will value. If you need a unit to soak up the damage, this guy does that. Not to the extent that we expected, but he still does it. So I put him in number 3. Gogeta, number 4. I'm doing this primarily because of the end game content, but also he does build up some nice defense temporarily during the turn. Combine that with his nerfing effects. Also, he provides some attack support for the rotation. He is a good pickup with a simple kit in terms of use and application. So I think that he's very good. Plus, both of these first anniversary super easies from the celebration. You should pick up a copy of both of them. They're both good. Cell also is good. He's basically Buhan, but different. So if you want to pick him up, you could totally do that. Super Gogeta, investing in the future. DBZ Broly here. This is, again, an investment for the future. I'm recording this before Saiyan Day. For all intents and purposes, this guy gets a super easy during Saiyan Day. So if that happens, picking him up would be a great idea. And you'll still have some time because this goes away March 25th. Saiyan Day is March 18th. Maybe they don't announce it until after this is gone, which, if that happens, you could still make an estimated guess. If Saiyan Day gives us Broly, there's a good shot this guy's getting a super easy A. So that's why I throw this guy in here, and he sort of accounts for everybody else. He could be Super Saiyan 4. He could be Super Saiyan 4. He could be Vegito. I mean, he fits everybody else. And again, you have 3 stones. So, you know, you could pick up whatever. I also threw in Broly Trio here because while I did say this entire time it's better to pick up older characters, I do want to mention that this guy is still a fantastic support with the opportunity for guaranteed dodge. Guaranteed dodge on certain events in the 10th anniversary and before can be a very powerful thing. So this guy with his team support, team damage reduction, with a movie boss team that you might be struggling with, this guy can fill that spot. And for the price of a free red stone, picking up an anniversary LR EZA of this caliber, I think is a good deal. So I'm gonna throw that out there. It may be a hot take, but if you disagree, that's totally fine. This is my list. So this is my top 8 for the redstone. Hopefully that helps you guys make that decision. You can still see it. The game is not blocking. Oh, it is blocking a little bit. It's fine. All right, moving on to the pity. There we go. Here are the pity coins. Most of you are probably done by now, but we're still going over for those of you who may not know. Plus, you're probably jumping around with the time codes. The pity coins. Which characters do you pick up in order of operation? Number 1, Vegito. Number 2, 2 and 3 can be interchangeable, again, depending on who you picked up with your free stone. Having all of these is number 1 priority. So, I mean, he's number 0. He's priority 0. You have to have him. After that, these 2 are interchangeable. Then it's Gohan, and then sadly, it's my boys in Universe 7. I think that the Frieza has a better leader skill and has a better set of abilities than the Vegeta. Vegeta is just a combo attacking force with no extra abilities. He doesn't even have an active skill. I mean, what the hell? But Frieza has some active skills that can be very beneficial. Plus, he can do some great support for the first 2 turns. Battle of Fate 220%. So this is my list for the pity characters. Pick up this one, number 1. After that, do whatever else you want. I don't think this is probably the one thing everyone will agree. This is probably not going to be up for debate at all, except for maybe this. All right, moving on down here. So here there is a little bit of a wrinkle when it comes to the red coin. So I wanted to point it out here. You have until March 25th for most of the characters, because most of the characters are from either the anniversary part 1, 2, or part EX. The Daima Vegeta characters go away 1 day after. So keep that in mind. Although this is probably not much of a difference. When you're buying characters here, you're probably going to buy whatever here as well and then be done with it. But the Vegito, Buhan, Gogeta, Cell, and Janemba Super Easy characters go away March 18th. So they are going to be going away probably before the Saiyan Day stuff starts. While these guys are cheaper, I don't know if I'm maybe a one of a few who feels this way. Picking these guys up with coins isn't always the worst idea because they're very cheap. You're only spending 150 coins for one of the old school Super EZAs as opposed to 500 for the Dokkan Festival LRs. Of course, while you get well-performing characters, you lack significantly in the leader skill department. That's what makes the Dokkan Festival LR pickups so good. It's not just about individual accolades, it's also about leader skill, it's about team building. So while you can pick these guys up with coins, it is generally advised to focus on the LRs, but if you have some coins to spare, you could go for one of these. So if you are thinking about picking up one of the Super EZAs, first and foremost, make your decisions on the free stones. And then if you've got coins to spare where it doesn't hurt you in the long run to pick up other characters, you could then pick up some extra guys with those coins. But granted, it's only these. Vegito, Buhan, Gogeta, Janemba, Cell, because these are the characters that were available on the banners. So that's why these guys are all here. Also, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Oh, I didn't mention that. Oops. He goes away. Oh, no, he doesn't go away. No, he doesn't go away in 10 days, though. He goes away in 18 days. So that's why he's not on the list. So anyway, here's my pick for the coins. Must have the 7th anniversary LRs. Gotta have them. So make sure you get them. If you want to get another copy, not a bad idea. These are kind of on the same level as the 10th anniversary LRs. So picking up another copy, not a bad idea. Beast Gohan still should be acknowledged and valued. So I have him at number 3. Broly at number 4 because he is a great lead and has a good set of abilities for an extreme class team that still has a place right now. We don't have any like ultra mega awesome teams on the extreme side on the same level as the super side, but still we're getting there, and having this unit is going to be a great way to do that. So Broly's at number 4. Pick him up. Glorio. This guy coming back this early was a big surprise for a lot of people. Glorio is worth picking up with coins because he is an insane floating support unit, and with Daima and Demonic Power and Giant Ape Power set to receive more upgrades down the road, because I think there's going to be a lot more Daima representation in 2025. Investing in a Glorio pickup and other Daima characters is not the worst idea. Glorio, though, doesn't just help Daima, he will help outside of that. Demonic Power is going to be a great category. So I have him at number 5. Go-Go Trunks, fantastic support. I'm surprised. You know what? It's actually kind of surprising to look at this unit now. Nobody talks about Go-Go Trunks anymore because of how insane the new abilities or the new events are. But yeah, great support, and still a good, useful tactic for like movie heroes, Super Saiyans. So a lot of applications there. Gogeta also, again, a great unit. And then I throw in like all of the older characters. I want to speed things up. I don't want to take forever here. So this is my top 8. After this, other characters, you might say, Toon, should I pick up Daima, Super Saiyan Goku? You could pick up Daima, Super Saiyan Goku. The thing is, though, I don't know if Glorio and Super Saiyan Goku Daima are going to be back now for Golden Week, because that was the original return date for the January Dual Dokkan festivals, or the New Year Dual Dokkan festivals. Them coming back here is weird, right? I'm sorry, not, is it January? Yeah, they were the New Year. They came back, they showed up for the New Year's. They were supposed to come back for Golden Week. So them happening to show up here, does that mean that they're not going to be skipped for Golden Week? I don't know. So either you pick them up or you don't. Either way, Dokkan's not going to tell you what they're going to do with their plans. Crazy guys. All right, moving on to the next one. And this is the final one, I think. This is the Carnival coin. So with the Carnival coin, who do you pick up? You have until March 25th. These are my choices here. Grade A Vegeta is number 1 over the Broly. Grade A Vegeta is the best tank overall, also including the 10th anniversary. Broly has also insane tanking abilities, but he diminishes over time. Vegeta does not. Vegeta stays at the top tier level tanking, so that's why he's number 1. He also works on super sides. He works on a super team, grade 8 power, so that's why he is also more valued at number 1. Broly being number 2. If you're trying to assemble a solid extreme team, it's going to involve uncontrollable power, movie bosses, transformation boost. Broly's got to be there. Janemba's got to be there. After that, I mean, I feel like this is all just a jungle. It could be anybody. I was honestly considering putting Family Kamehameha Gohan up at number 4 over the Gogeta because of the offensive potential of this character. With the new long form content and how much damage you need to do, this guy is likely to be more productive offensively than this guy. This guy does have his use though, healing, target focus, dodging, and all that stuff. So, I mean, honestly, I think there could be some variation here, but the rest, you know, Gammas, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, great offensive output. Put some respect on my boy Kaioken. Yes, his defense is weird, I know, but still, this boy cooks on the offensive end, and he is to be respected. We're probably not going to pick him up, but he does make the cut in terms of the top 8, because if you look at the company, there's not a whole lot left. I will say though, this guy is going to be receiving an EZA at some point, because this guy and the STR, oh, you know what? This guy and Metal Cooler. Is he here? Yeah. Metal Cooler, these two characters they're among the 2022, 2021 Worldwide Celebration LRs. They got to get their EZAs now that the Namek Saga, Goku and Frieza got theirs. These guys are next. That could happen as early as August, September. So investing in them now, I don't think is necessary, but I just want to point that out, that they will be on the rise soon. Also, it's crazy to me that next year, these guys get their EZAs, the 8th anniversary LRs, Spirit Bomb Z, Spirit Bomb GT, and then Goku and Gohan. Anyway, that is it for the video. That is it for my picks for which characters to pick up with your special stones and coins. Hopefully this helped you guys out in making a better decision on which characters to get. Again, keep in mind, I am posting this video before Saiyan Day. This could change things completely. So I would recommend that you wait at least until Saiyan Day, which would be 10 days. Me dropping this video now just gives you time to think, consider, ponder. But then when the Saiyan Day update happens, I will probably do another video, but I will be referencing what I talked about in this video. So if you still watch this, you are in good hands. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below. Let in the comments your thoughts on which characters to pick up with your certain stones and coins. Do you have any major fundamental differences as far as how to approach this compared to me? Feel free to share your thoughts. Which characters into picking up? Are you waiting? Hopefully you are. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.